You don't understand English very well? I get it, because that happens to a lot of people at the beginning. But today, that is going to start changing. In this video, you are going to learn how to understand English better, and you are going to speak with more confidence, using simple, real-life sentences that people usually use. Stay until the end, because the more you listen, this kind of conversation, the faster your ears improve. And if you really want results, watch this video more than once. The first time, just listen. The second time, repeat with me. And the third time, you will feel that you understand much more. And before we start, you help me a lot if you subscribe, leave a like, and write a comment saying, "I will practice every day." That supports this channel and helps more people learn English too. Alright, let's practice English together. Here is today's story. Today, I went for a walk because I needed fresh air. It was calm. It was a calm afternoon. The wind was light and the sky was cloudy, but it was not rainy. I was walking slowly, thinking about my day, when I saw someone sitting near a bus stop. He looked worried. His shoulders were down, and he seemed tired. He had one hand on his forehead, and the other hand was holding a bottle of water, like he did not feel well. I slowed down and walked closer, but in a gentle way. I did not want to scare him. I just wanted to help. When I got near him, I spoke softly and said, "Hi, are you okay?" He looked up slowly. His eyes looked tired. He swallowed and said, I don't know. I feel not good." I nodded and said, "I'm sorry. What's wrong? Are you sick?" He took a deep breath and said, "I think so. I feel dizzy and my stomach hurts." I said, "Dizzy? Like the room is spinning?" He nodded. "Yes, a little. And I feel weak." I looked around quickly to see if anyone was with him, but I did not see anyone. I asked, "Are you alone?" He said, "Yeah, I'm alone." I said, "Okay, don't worry. I'm here. My name is Ellie." He blinked like he was trying to focus, and he said, "Hi, I'm Mark." "Nice to meet you, Mark," I said. "Can you tell me what happened?" He thought for a minute, like he was searching for the right words. "I was walking," he said, "and I didn't eat today. I skipped breakfast. Then I started to feel sick." I opened my eyes a little. "You didn't eat?" He shook his head. No, and I didn't drink much water. I spoke slowly and clearly. Okay, that can happen. You need water, and you need something small to eat. He looked down at the bottle in his hand. I have water, he said. I nodded. Good. Take small sips. Not too fast. He took a small sip and breathed more calmly. Then I asked, "Do you have a fever?" He said, "I don't think so." I asked, "Do you have chest pain? Any trouble breathing?" He opened his eyes wider and said quickly, "No, no, no, no. Chest pain? I can breathe." I said, "Okay, that's good." Then I asked, "Do you have a phone you can call someone? A friend or a family member?" Mark slowly reached into his pocket and took out his phone. "Yes," he said. "I have my phone." I said, "Good. Do you want to call someone to pick you up?" He looked at his screen and said, "I can call my sister, but I don't want to bother her." I looked at him and said calmly, "It's okay to ask for help. You're not bothering her. You're being safe." He hesitated for a second. Then he said, "Yeah, you're right." So he opened his contacts and called his sister. While he called, I stayed close, but I gave him space. I heard him say, "Hey, I don't feel good. Can you pick me up? I'm near the bus stop." He paused and listened. Then he said, "Yeah, I'm sitting down. I have water." He paused again. "Okay, thank you. Please come," he said. And then he ended the call. He looked at me and said, "She's coming. She will be here in 10 minutes. I felt relief and said, "Good. You did the right thing." He took a deep breath and said, "Thank you. I was scared." I said, "It's normal to feel scared, but you're not alone now." He stayed quiet for a minute. Then he said, "My English is not very good. I get nervous." I smiled and said, "That's okay. We can practice right now slowly. Simple English." He looked up a little. "Really?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "We can practice the same sentences you need in real life." Then I said, "Repeat after me. I don't feel well." He repeated slowly, "I don't feel well." I said, "Good. Now I feel dizzy." He said, "I feel dizzy." I said, "Great. Now my stomach hurts." He repeated, "My stomach hurts." I nodded. "Perfect." Then I said, "Now try this. I didn't eat today." He repeated, "I didn't eat today. I smiled. Nice. Very clear. Mark looked a little calmer now, like speaking helped him control the fear. Then I asked, "Do you have any allergies?" He frowned. "Allergies?" he asked. I explained with simple words. Allergies mean food or medicine that makes you sick. He understood. "Oh, no allergies," he said. "Okay," I said. "That's good." Then I asked, "Do you have diabetes?" He looked confused again. "Diabetes?" he asked. I said, "A sugar problem. Like you need to check your sugar." He shook his head. "No, I don't have that." I said, "Okay, good." We stayed quiet for a few seconds. He took another small sip of his water. Then he said, "I feel a little better." I said, "That's good. Keep sitting. Don't stand up too fast." He nodded. "Okay." A moment later, I saw a car driving slowly towards us. It parked nearby, and a woman got out quickly. She looked around with worry on her face. Mark saw her and lifted his hand a little. "Mark," she said. "I'm here," Mark answered. She walked fast to him and said, "Are you okay?" Mark said, "I'm not perfect, but I'm better." I stood up and said, "Hi, I'm Ellie. I found him here." He felt dizzy and weak. He didn't eat today, and he drank some water. The woman looked at me with relief. "Thank you so much," she said. "I'm his sister. My name is Jessica." I smiled. "Nice to meet you, Jessica." Jessica looked at Mark and said, "Let's go. I'm taking you home. We can stop to get something to eat." Mark nodded, but he moved slowly. I said to him, "Stand up slowly." He did very carefully. Jessica held his arm and asked, "Can you walk?" Mark said, "Yes." Slowly. I said, "Good. And if you feel worse, go to the urgent care." Jessica nodded. "Yes, I will." "Thank you." Mark looked at me and said, "Thank you, Ellie. Thank you for helping me and for the English." I smiled and said, "You're welcome, Mark. Take care." Jessica helped him get into the car. Before she closed the door, Mark looked at me and said, "I will practice every day." I smiled and said, "Yes, practice every day." Then they drove away. I continued my walk, but I felt something warm in my heart because sometimes a simple moment can do two things. It can help someone and it can help us practice real life English. And today, you practice with me. Thank you for staying until the end. If you want to improve faster, listen to this video again and again. Every repetition trains your ears and gives you more confidence to speak. And remember, You can do it. Keep going. Keep practicing. See you in the next video. Bye.